Why Buddhists don't believe in God. Imagine a religion that defies traditional ideas of God, a tradition suggesting that the path to enlightenment isn't guided by divine intervention but rooted in our own hearts and minds. That's precisely what Buddhism proposes, and over centuries, it has sparked profound debate. Welcome, wisdom seekers, Matt here, and today we're embarking on a journey to tackle one of spirituality's most provocative questions: why don't Buddhists believe in God? First and foremost, this discussion isn't about pushing agendas or undermining anyone's faith. Buddhism thrives on free inquiry, encouraging questioning, even of its own teachings. Whether you're deeply religious, a dedicated skeptic, or just exploring different worldviews, you're in the right place. Let's delve deep into challenging assumptions and expanding possibilities. To begin, let's clarify some terms. When we say God, we typically refer to an all-powerful, all-knowing creator governing the universe. However, the Buddha didn't fixate on such concepts. Instead, he concentrated on addressing human suffering in the present moment rather than speculating about cosmic or divine origins. When asked about God or universal creation, the Buddha often remained silent, deeming the inquiries irrelevant to achieving liberation. As Buddhism evolved through the centuries, most traditions embraced a non-theistic perspective. This doesn't equate to atheism, in fact. Many Buddhists believe in deities and supernatural entities. However, these beings are symbolically viewed as representations of enlightened qualities rather than almighty creators. So why does Buddhism diverge from the concept of a creator God? Fundamentally, the religion emphasizes self-empowerment. The Buddha taught that each individual possesses innate wisdom and compassion capable of overcoming suffering. Liberation doesn't depend on external saviors or divine intervention, it's an internal journey. In essence, it's like discovering an inner superhero ready to be unleashed. This focus on radical personal responsibility transforms everything. It asserts that happiness and spiritual growth are entirely up to us. No amount of prayer or offerings can shift our burdens to a divine figure. The Buddha's final words famously urged, "Be a lamp unto yourself." In other words, trust your own wisdom, constantly question, and never blindly follow any leader or doctrine. But there's more to unpack. Buddhism also revolves around karma and rebirth, the belief that our actions carry consequences shaping future experiences, both in this life and beyond. Think of it as a cosmic framework of cause and effect, with no need for divine judgment or celestial bookkeeping. We create our own destiny by setting events into motion and reaping the outcomes of our choices. Karma aligns with another pivotal Buddhist teaching, the concept of non-self, or anatta. Brace yourself, this one is profound. Buddhism posits that everything, including our sense of identity, is impermanent and ever-changing. There's no eternal soul or fixed self fashioned by a divine creator. Instead, existence is fluid, a constant interplay of mental states, actions, and reactions connecting us to the larger web of life. As we peel back the layers of Buddhism's worldview, it becomes clear how this tradition reshapes conventional perceptions of spirituality. By shifting focus away from external forces and toward profound inner discovery. Whether you see this as empowering or perplexing, one thing is certain: Buddhism's approach invites us to rethink our assumptions and explore enlightenment from within. Ready to dive deeper? Let's keep going. We are more like ever-shifting streams of thoughts, emotions, and experiences. If that feels a bit mind-bending, you're not alone. Philosophers have wrestled with this concept for centuries. But according to the Buddha, clinging to a rigid sense of self is one of the primary sources of suffering. By letting go of the ego and embracing the constant flow of change, we can uncover true freedom. While all of this might seem abstract or intellectual, Buddha's teachings emphasize direct experience above philosophy or dry theory. His goal wasn't for followers to blindly accept his words, he wanted them to explore and grasp these truths firsthand. That's why meditation and mindful living are central to Buddhism. By observing our minds carefully and nurturing awareness, we can penetrate illusions and recognize reality's true nature. At its heart, Buddhism posits that the highest truth transcends language, concepts, and even structured beliefs. Enlightenment isn't something you understand intellectually, it's a direct insight gained through personal experience. Rather than debating the existence of God or fitting spirituality into fixed doctrines, Buddhism encourages a personal quest for growth and self-discovery, a spiritual journey where the ultimate prize is realizing boundless wisdom and compassion within ourselves. This focus on experience rather than faith has inspired significant developments in Buddhist history. Take Sariputta, one of the Buddha's disciples, as an example. When challenged by a wandering ascetic with the claim that Buddhists deny God and therefore follow an incomplete path, Sariputta replied, "Even if a creator God exists, that's no reason to leave the Buddhist way. We follow the Buddha's teachings because we've experienced their ability to lead us toward peace and liberation, not out of blind faith." Or consider the renowned Buddhist scripture, the Kalama Sutta, where the Buddha urged skeptics not to unquestioningly accept anything, not tradition, authority, scriptures, speculative reasoning, or societal consensus, even his own teachings. He advised them to examine and experience the validity of ideas for themselves. When you know for yourselves that certain things are unwholesome and harmful, give them up. When you know for yourselves that certain things are wholesome and beneficial, embrace them. We've ventured through complex terrain here. The Buddhist perspective on God may be provocative, but it invites us to rethink conventional spiritual assumptions. Instead of relying on doctrines or external saviors, Buddhism challenges us to turn inward, question deeply, and trust our direct experiences. Whether you find these ideas intriguing, unsettling, or empowering, there's no doubt they offer a bold approach to spirituality. As mere reflections of the larger dialogue between Buddhism and theism, these thoughts are only the start. Don't just take what's written here at face value, explore these ideas with an open mind and critical inquiry. To all seekers of truth, what do you make of this? Do you find the Buddhist perspective inspiring? Challenging? Liberating? Share your thoughts. Finally, remember this: ultimate answers aren't found in books or videos, they're waiting to be uncovered deep in your own awareness. So stay curious, keep practicing mindfulness, and trust in your innate wisdom as you continue exploring life's mysteries.